We are Jody Court, and we're two chicks from the crow's nest past who are teachers, but we're also, our side gig is that we are starting up a business, and it's an empowerment business called Jody Court.
Yeah, where we are striving to empower people to take what they know, what their purpose and intentions are in life, and have the greatest impact on the world that they can.
Totally.
Yeah.
So,
right.
we're going to jump right into the lightning round questions.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. Do you want to start, Jode?
Yeah, me questioning you?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, ready?
I'm nervous.
Okay. Who are you?
I'm Courtney Can, granddaughter of Belle and Bill Kovach, daughter of Pam Weigel, used to be Weigel, is now Van Plu, and Mike Weigel. Oh, there we go.
Whew. What community do you live in within the Crow's Nest Pass?
I was raised in Bellevue, but I now live in Coleman, but I've actually lived in every community except for Frank.
That's impressive. Where did you grow up?
I grew up mostly, like I said, when I was in the past, I grew up in Bellevue, and but I actually kind of moved back and forth between Bellevue and Lethbridge a little bit as a kid, but mostly I grew up in the Crow's Pass in Bellevue.
And what's your favorite color, Courtney?
Purple. Clearly, I'm wearing it.
That. Other than the Crow's Nest Museum, what's your favorite hidden gem of the Crow's Nest Pass?
So
first thing
at the ski hill, as you go through the bush trail, when I was a kid, when I was like preteen kind of age, we always used to do the night skiing up there. And as you're coming into the bush trail, you can kind of like up into this little secret spot in the trees, and we'd hang out there and think that we're all like really bad kids and breaking the rules, when really we weren't as much as we thought we were. But it was like our little secret hiding spot. So if you just like zoom it kind of into the trees off of the top of the bush trail, that's the secret gem. That's a hidden gem in the Crow's Pass.
Yeah, we used to ski down through a trail through the trees and come out on the pipeline.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, that's not allowed anymore. Anyways, back to the questions. Where would you go on a perfect vacation?
Oh, that's a hard one too, but I'll go with Italy, to a cottage in like the Orvieto region, and I would be hopefully living with like a family there on a homestead that's our vineyard, and learning how to cook from them and helping them in their wine practicing. And that would be strangest thing, but that is like the all-time perfect vacation for me. Cooking with Italians and drinking wine together.
I don't think very many people would disagree with you. Beards or clean shaven?
Neither. I like a little scruff, because that would be beard, I guess, maybe on the beard side, but I don't like beards. No, I can't say beards because I refuse to let my husband grow a beard. Clean shaven.
Okay. What's your favorite aspect of Crow's Nest Pass history?
I love the stories, and I think that's because of my grandma. So my grandma, Belle Kovach, is an historian, and she actually works at the museum a lot, but her passion is looking back. She could look at old photographs for days and days and weeks and weeks and weeks on end. And she does that actually, but in the process, she finds all of the individual stories of these people who lived and how they all meld together and make the history what it is. And I just think it's really neat sitting down with her, and she can have a picture and she'll be like, oh, that was that person's house, and then this, and then like she could just tell its history through stories. And I just think we have a lot of really neat stories, and especially since our community is such a conglomerate of different nationalities. And like, I love that. One of my favorite experiences in the last 5 years was when I moved into what we called as Kids Maraville, because the Mara families all lived there in that area, and I got to live across the street from Maraville, and it was like a big thing for me. But it's because we have those stories that kind of keep getting passed on, even though the people are changing now, and it's not quite like the history's changing. We're creating new history. I like that there's that playful aspect of the stories and families and stuff that continue to be relevant and present even today.
Cool. And what's your favorite ice cream flavor?
Pistachio or the sea salt caramel one that they had at the ice cream store last year.
And skiing, snowboarding, or relaxing in the lodge? Which one is you?
Skiing.
Okay, done.
All right, that was fun. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Who are you?
Jody Peebles. Used to be a Vastenhout. It's a really big family. That's all I'll say.
We all know the Vastenhoats.
Yeah.
What community do you live in within the Crozes Pass?
Currently in Blairmore, but I've also lived in Hillcrest as well, but just those two communities I've lived in.
Thanks. Where did you grow up?
I grew up in the Crozes Pass. I grew up in Hillcrest, and then when I was 12-ish, we moved to Blairmore.
Nice. And what's your favorite color?
Purple.
Yeah! Other than the Crozes Museum, what's your favorite hidden gem of the Crozes Pass?
I love Star Creek Falls. Star Creek Falls is like my favorite little tucked away waterfall, and it's one that's not like marked really. You kind of just have to know it's there to know it's there, and it's not very far, so it's really close to the edge of town, and it's easy to get to, easy for kids to get to, and it's definitely my favorite.
Totally. That's a good one. Where would you go on a perfect vacation?
This one, I'm not much of a vacationer, so because I'm not much of a tourist. So for me, a perfect vacation is camping. Camping in a place where there's mountains and water, and we can hike and we can swim and we can mountain bike and have campfires, and like that is the perfect vacation for me. So really a staycation works for me too, because we can do all those things right here in the Crozes Pass. So
it's funny that you say that, because I had this really awesome realization last summer where, you know how every Friday our highway just is like bumper to bumper cars of people who are coming in from the city and either coming here or proceeding into BC. And I had this realization, I'm like, oh my gosh, like I could camp literally in my backyard, because it's, like if I can't get out to a campsite, I don't really even need to. It's just amazing where we live, hey?
I know we often, when my parents will take the kids for a week or so, we often just do a staycation and stay here and just climb all the mountains that we can't climb with the kids, or do the mountain biking that we can't do with the kids, but we just stick around home.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Even now too, right? Like where we're all sort of like kind of isolating and stuff like that. It's I feel like it's so easy here.
We're so fortunate. We are so lucky. We can still go outside and yeah.
Okay, beards or clean shaven?
I like a little bit, not a full beard, but like a little bit's okay.
Yeah.
But the rest is clean shaven. I like, yeah.
Did your dad ever give you whisker rubs?
Oh,
I hated
my dad
that.
used to have the worst mustache.
Oh, it's the worst.
So
bad. What's your favorite aspect of Crozes Pass history?
I have to kind of echo you. The first thing that came to mind when I asked you that question is the families. So the historical families. Maraville was the first thing that popped into my head, and just how you can talk to somebody who's older and that has lived here for a really long time, maybe their whole life, and you can always connect them back to your own family.
Yeah.
There's always somebody that they know, some thread, some story about your Oma that they can tell you. And I love how connected everybody was, like 50, 60 years ago, and how that kind of trickles down to us now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your favorite ice cream flavor?
Well, since I can't eat dairy, that's hard. So ice cream, I really like, there's a raspberry lime sorbet that is really, really, really good. I don't know what the brand is. It's super expensive, like stupid expensive, but it's so good. The raspberry lime sorbet.
Done.
That'd be my
I'd
favorite.
like to try that. Can you get it at IGA?
You can.
All
Yeah.
right.
You break the bank a little bit, but it's okay.
I'll do that for ice cream. Skiing, snowboarding, or relaxing in the lodge?
Skiing.
Yeah, nice.
Hands down.